Quilting with your embroidery machine has really revolutionized some of the ways you are finishing your quilts these days. Hi, I'm Sarah from sewingmastery.com, and we're working through some of the new functions and features found on the BERNINA 790 Pro. Now, we've done all the videos already on the BERNINA 790 Plus, and between all the new things and the things that have already been there on this model of machine, we have a complete playlist of free video tutorials that you can watch to master this machine from start to finish. So that link is in the description below. We've got online courses like this one, which is our BERNINA pinpoint placement class. Again, you can jump into that course and check out some of our free lessons to see if that course might be right for you. So maybe I'll see you in one of our online classes soon. But what we want to talk about in this particular video is what we call BQM Files. Now that sounds like a fancy rock band, but for today, have you noticed that some of the built-in designs that you have on this machine are quilting designs? If you navigate to the second folder that is here, you're going to notice quilting designs, 8 pages worth, by the way, and they have this little BQM. Now, I have noticed also on embroidery websites like Oklahoma Embroideries, one of my favorites, again, I'll put a link in the description below, where you can buy quilting designs that will have these features that I'm going to show you built into them. So I'm going to just pick one for real quick, just a fun feathered wreath. And yes, I happen to have, today, I have a jumbo hoop at my fingertips. Now, normally this is for the BERNINA 8 series machines. So it actually, those machines are bigger. So when I pull it up, it looks like part of it is lopped off, and that's because I can't use part of this, a kind of open space here, but that's why this looks a little awkward. Normally, for your machine, you're going to buy the traditional BERNINA maxi hoop, which will have the full oval experience that you're used to seeing. Now, we are doing a complete separate video of the new features of the pinpoint placement because you have new ways to kind of morph these quilting designs to fit when your blocks might not have been sewn perfectly. So those are some neat functions that we have here where we can kind of stretch and fit a design to just about any shape that we've got going on. But what I wanted to explain in this particular discussion is not only how wonderful these designs are going to kind of morph into whatever shape you need them to be based on like where you need them to fit. So here we can kind of squish this design over to one side. We can make it fit. And of course, the laser that we absolutely love, if you haven't turned that on already, do so in the bottom corner here because it's going to shine exactly where the edge your quilting design is going to be set for. It's going to sit. And you don't have to turn that handle anymore to like tip the needle down and then bring it back up, tip it down and bring it back up. So time saver galore. I wish I had this when I was doing my pinpoint placement masterclass because it would have gone 10 times faster. But I'm going to reset this because one of the things I want to do is actually hop over to the settings in the machine. Touch the gears on the side, and we're going to go into the embroidery area. So look for the icon with the hoop. And we have a new little option right here, kind of little squiggly lines. And if you touch the question mark and touch it, it will describe that this is the option to change the stitch length for embroidery quilt patterns. Yes, please. Now, what does that mean for you? That means when I go into here, you see SPI, and that is short for stitches per inch. The default setting is 10 stitches per inch. So that's probably what you've been seeing. You just didn't know that there was a number associated with it. So we could have more stitches if we go to a higher number. Yep, whoa, 24, so that'd be a lot of little stitches. Make sure you use a thinner thread if you're doing a lot of more stitches per inch. We could also adjust it. So let's say you are using a thicker thread. You don't want as many stitches and needle points. With a thicker thread, you want it to kind of take a little longer jump. So dropping that down to a smaller number. Now there's only 7 stitches per inch. or maybe 6 stitches per inch. Do keep in mind, depending on the final design size that you're stitching out or how detailed that design is, might depend on what setting is really going to look best. So just keep that in mind as you go. So whatever you do in the settings is going to be remembered when you turn the machine off. So tuck that in the back of your mind for just a second. Okay, so once we have the design maybe located where we want it to be on our fabric and on our hoop, we can go ahead and touch the needle and thread. Takes us to our stitch out screen. Do you notice that there is a function similar to what we just saw in the settings that is sitting right here? So if it was not yellow, and believe me, when you actually come in here, it is not normally on. I just was looking at it before I was going to explain it. But it's going to come in and be ready to stitch as it was originally designed. But what if you wanted it to do that new stitch per inch setting that you had set? That way, you will turn it on and it will then pick up that function or setting that you've done. Now, how would you actually know that? What you could do is also go to the broken thread and you can see that your stitches are longer. So we could even kind of slide through some of the first couple stitches and it is much longer jump than what it was before. And how about this? What if we went into the settings, change it to a much higher number this time, and you're going to notice it's going to jump us kind of back out so it can reset the stitch length. That option is on. Let's zoom in and look at how many more points are on that area. So as I do one little touch, it's moving a lot shorter distances. So you can see immediately that yes, you have picked the right setting and turned it on as you wish. And that will be one option that you have with BQM files that allow you to change the stitch length within the BERNINA 790 Pro. I hope you'll check out all of our free video tutorials that we have done, from the BERNINA 790 Plus to the new functions on the 790 Pro, and also in the description are all of our courses designed for BERNINA owners, especially the ones with this machine, and you can take a look at any of the free video lessons in each of those courses to see exactly what you're going to be mastering and learning. And remember, those courses are courses you get to keep, and they are yours to keep for life. So you can watch them as many times as you need. So I don't know about you, but there's times where I need to go back, rewatch a video like this one to remind myself what exactly was, for example, a BQM file, or how do I use my pinpoint placement? And so much more is right at your fingertips, thanks to technology today. If these videos have been helpful, make sure you're clicking like at the end. That is your way of saying thank you for the free information. We'll see you in one of our online courses soon.